Hey everyone, Kelly Weber with the Bergen Realty Team here today with Dr. Noel Plasker of Chiropractor out of Ho Ho Kus, New Jersey. Dr. Noel, thank you so much for meeting with me today. How are you?
I'm doing well, and the pleasure is all mine. Thank you for having me because I know that you're a busy woman, and I'm glad that you're asked me to do this.
Well, I am so glad that you agreed to it, and I see you have a spine in the background.
I never go anywhere without it.
So I'm going to start out by saying I have been going to you for, my gosh, it has to be what, 7 years now? Longer?
I was gonna say 6, 7, or 8 years. So you pick one of those.
Yeah, it's 6, 7, or 8 years, but regardless, I've been to you for my back, my lower back, my upper back, my spine, my arm. You've been you've been a part of my health journey for a long time, and I would be lost without you. So, yes. So tell us, who is your ideal client?
Kelly Weber.
Yeah, me.
Well, it's funny because you said that what really got you started here was that you were having an issue with your neck and low back, and then we come to find out that not only is neck and back involved, but there's also vertigo involved.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sorry if I'm divulging the stuff that you have.
Okay, everything's
Um,
public.
but lots of times it is people come in for the first time, it's for some sort of crisis.
hmm
Certainly, I've been doing this for 33 years, so that was certainly very prevalent at first. But more and more people over these last 33 years are utilizing chiropractic more for a lifestyle care as well. And so I get a lot of people that are coming just to get their spine and nervous system checked to make sure that they stay as active and healthy as possible. So my ideal client certainly has been over the years. It's usually moms. Moms usually make the decisions for the family and usually for their spouse as well. Shh, I didn't say that out loud. Didn't.
It's true, though. It's true.
It's true. So usually moms were usually the first people to come into the office. And with chiropractors certainly can have specialties. My specialties is families. Some chiropractors have specialties as sports injuries, which we've helped kids
So many.
and adults through their sports injuries for sure, making sure that their nervous system is working the way that it's supposed to, so their sports injury can heal faster and with greater recovery and for a long lasting process of that so they can get back to their sports.
And what people don't realize, they always think, well, once you start going to a chiropractor, now you have to go forever, which for me, I did get better. You've healed me multiple times,
Your
but
body, your body did that. I didn't do it.
okay,
I just
true.
did my
Well,
job.
okay, you did your job, but for me, I go now for maintenance. I don't go as often because things are in much better shape than they were when I originally came to you. But for me, it's maintenance and it's huge.
Yeah. Well, and we like changed that term. Like I don't like to be maintained myself.
Okay, true.
So we call it lifestyle care
Yes.
because you're living your life and you want to live a really active, healthy life. And you know that when your nervous system is working at its best, you have a much better chance to utilize that healthy lifestyle. So you don't get hurt as often or you don't feel bad as often, but because your nervous system is on the job at a better rate and it's healthier for you to do the things that you love to do.
Which is great because let's face it, I'm a klutz. So just when I heal myself from one thing,
I don't know why you
I
said that. I wasn't going to say that
I
out loud.
trip and then now I have another issue. But the good news is everything, they always say everything is figure outable, everything is fixable, or you're able to make things better, which again, great range of motion. You get to move your neck, and it's not just about your spine. I mean, yes, it is because everything's connected to the spine,
Right.
but um,
Well,
that's why I come.
and that's great that you decided that you get to make that decision. And some people will come in and whether it's 1, 2, 5, 7, 10 visits, whatever it might be, so they feel better, which is great. You've now decided, I like the way that my body works when my spine and nervous system is working better.
Correct.
You notice that, you notice the difference in that. So, yeah, people can come in once, people can come in a dozen times, people can come in once a week for their lifestyle care if that's what they choose. And a lot of people do that. Some people come in once a month, some people come when they hurt. So,
Mhm.
we our job is to make sure that whoever comes into this office, they get the best care possible for their spine and nervous system through the very gentle adjustments that we give.
And I'm glad you said gentle adjustments because before you, I would go to chiropractors and everybody's talking about the manipulation and the moving and people have got you have a very different approach and I don't experience any of that. And nor do the people in that come into your practice because your room is set up where you have open tables
Mhm.
and you're adjusting multiple people at different times and you get to hear the stories, which is awesome.
Which is pretty cool. And yes, I don't have 8 hands, so I'm working one person at a time. It just happens
Yes.
to be in an open setting.
And opens, that's true. You're right. But you go from person to person, and everyone gets that personalized care, and you just know exactly what to do, and nobody is complaining, nobody's hurting because of your adjustment. It is one of the most unique, best places I've experienced to go. And I'm not just saying that because I go to you. I really and truly, what you offer your patients is just phenomenal.
I really appreciate that. I try to do my best to try to figure out how to do that. And yeah, I'm human, but I enjoy what I do. That's number one. And number two is we did traditional adjustments for many, 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 many years, and they're great. And
Mhm.
that's what you're utilizing. Fantastic. If you're the right person um, and the right chiropractor, you're going to get the best results possible because the goal is going to be the same. And the goal for the chiropractor is to analyze the nervous system through the spine
Mhm.
and then make corrections to the nervous system through the adjustment of the spine. And it can be done a little more forcefully, where you might hear some noises, which
Mhm.
heard some of those. It's not like I don't ever do that with you,
Right.
but there are a bunch of different techniques that use a more gentler touch to activate the nervous system in a little bit different way. But again, the goal for the chiropractor, whether it's a more traditional adjustment or a less forceful adjustment, is always going to be the same.
To get your nervous system
Right,
working.
right. Like you see the spine behind me, it doesn't have anything attached to it right now, but your spine is attached to everything, not just the bones, but what's inside of it. And that's the spinal cord
Hmm.
and the nerves that emanate out from the spine that go to every single cell, organ, and tissue of your body. So you
Touches
cannot live.
everything.
Well, you cannot even live. Your heart goes until the nervous system shuts it down. So you're not considered, and this is going to sound a little morbid, you're not considered dead
Mhm.
until the nervous system signal shuts down the heart.
Gotcha.
Because
Interesting.
the heart is the muscle, and the muscle can only contract when there's an electrical signal to it. Now,
Wow. Interesting.
those who are, let's say, I'm 58, those are like maybe 55 or 50 years and older. Remember I think it was, I don't know if it was Perry Mason, but there was a show where they actually showed the heartbeat on the monitor,
Yes.
and then it went,
Yeah.
doo. That was when you were considered dead in that show.
True.
Sorry
Yeah.
for your character, but you're done.
Yeah.
You don't have another part in the show anymore. But that flat line is measuring the electrical signal to the heart. So
Okay.
you're dead when that electrical signal stops.
Interesting. I've never heard it explained like that before.
So when you hear it from that perspective, this thing behind me is so crucial for your health and your longevity and your activeness because it's going to all the muscles, all the tissues, all the organs. That's what controls what works and how it works in your
Doesn't.
body.
That's it. And here's the other thing that I never saw before, but you have worked on newborns, like days old. Talk about that for a minute.
Well, I'll just start with my youngest patient has been a day old, and my oldest patient has been 101. So
Wow.
I've seen spines from every end of the spectrum of life. So when you're a newborn, depending on the birth process,
Mhm.
how it's done, Even vaginal deliveries, if there is any kind of intervention of pulling the baby or twisting or turning, there's a possibility that you can disrupt some of the signals within the nervous
The
system.
nervous system. Wow.
So, which is why we're trying to be adamant about moms and new moms bringing in their children as quickly as possible. And it's very gentle.
Yeah.
It's so
Well,
gentle.
I've been there when you've done it, and
Yeah.
it is just amazing to watch.
Yeah. So when I make a contact, I'll do this. Why not?
Yeah.
I make just a gentle contact, very gently. That proprioceptive touch sends the message to the brain and says, "Oh, some guy's touching me over there. What the hell's going on?"
Yeah.
And then it reworks. It says, "Okay, I need to move this, this, and this. I need to maybe raise the heart rate or lower the heart rate. I may need to contract a muscle or relax a muscle because the nervous system is perceiving that there is a touch that happened on my body. And I got to say, is this danger or is this good?
Mm-hmm.
If it's good, then it will say, okay, I can relax and ease, which then the respiration actually starts to increase. And when you increase your breathing, now all the vertebrae go through its range of motion. If the vertebrae go through its range of motion, now you've lubricated all the joint systems, and now it's more freely movable, which is why you feel better when you get adjusted, because you're more freely movable within your spine and nervous system.
And you always say to me, because I tend to hold my breath.
Lots of people do.
Breathe, Kelly, breathe. But
Yeah, if anybody was going to get anything out of this,
yeah,
start breathing more.
yeah.
And what I mean by that, because you're always breathing, it's going to happen automatically, but consciously actually get more breath in your system. That will even help you in any kind of crisis or chronic issue. Just do more breathing.
Listen, you have been an integral part of my health journey, getting in tune with how my body feels, with eating healthier, with exercising. And it has really made it, I mean, it's been a journey, but
Yeah,
I do not understand how everyone is not going to a chiropractor in today's world.
I fully agree. But yeah, you just like anything else, you need to find the right fit or the right one for you. So, I've heard it many, many times where someone would come in and they said, you know what? I wish I would have known this before. Like I tried chiropractic. And then I asked, well, what does that mean that you tried chiropractic? Oh, well, I went one, I heard a pop and I didn't feel better and I never went again. I was like, I'm never going back again. Well, yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
It's cumulative, you have to.
Well, but the one adjustment can make a big difference in the way someone feels, but it doesn't necessarily happen all the time.
Mhm.
It sometimes needs to be a sequence. Just like if you're learning how to, I don't know, you're learning how to do calligraphy. I don't know,
Yeah.
but you do that, and all of a sudden there's like scribble on the paper, and you can't understand the words that you're doing. You need practice.
Yeah.
So you need to practice with your body, doing the things necessary, not just chiropractic, but doing the things necessary so that you can live a more active, healthy life as you age instead of breaking down so quickly.
Agree. And I mean, I'm just going to touch base on this before we wrap things up. My first experience with a chiropractor was when my son was going in to have an operation because of his ears. And again, I didn't know you back then, but somebody said as a last-ditched effort, try going to a chiropractor, and it prevented him from having to have surgery.
Well, the adjustment removed some interference in his nervous
Mhm.
system. His body was able to adapt more and was able to get the fluid actually to drain, which it's supposed to, inside the body rather than coming out. Well, sometimes it needs to come out,
Right.
but you're just making that process much easier, for
Yeah.
sure. So you remember my experience, my first experience with chiropractic, I've told you,
Can you
right?
share that? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like you to share that because that's pretty amazing to me.
So at 9 years old, I developed epileptic seizures. And some people might know what that means, but it means that your body goes into some uncontrollable shaking. And it's pretty scary to look at when you see somebody go through that process. So, I went the whole medical route and got all kinds of different EKGs, EEGs, any kind of G that they had to try to measure any kind of process they were going to do. And they said, oh, we're not sure why he's getting the seizures. There's definitely some signaling that we see, but we're going to put you on a drug called Dilantin, which is one of the nervous system suppressive drugs that they give to epileptic people or people that have epilepsy. And I was still getting seizures, and I was also having side effects to that, which was every time I would bite into something or eat, my gums would start to bleed.
Oh,
Yeah, it was kind of nasty.
yeah.
And I was 9, and I was in camp, and I bit in one of my sandwiches that my mother made me, which is Hebrew National Salami sandwich on Wonder Bread back in the 70s. If those of you are old enough to remember Wonder Bread.
You no
Anyway,
longer eat that now?
thank goodness.
Yeah.
There's no calorie content in that, by the way. Anyway, so my mother wanted to take me off the medication, and we were going to go for some more testing. And our friend of hers said, you know what? There's a chiropractor in Spring Valley, New York. You should go see Dr. Ernie Landy. Just go see him. And she was like, okay. She said yes. So she took me to Dr. Landy's office, and I remember my first adjustment, and he did a more traditional chiropractic adjustment. So I remember he adjusted me and heard some of these popping noises that came from my spine, and I was like, I don't know what the hell that was, but it did something.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, within 6 weeks, I had no more seizures. And it wasn't the adjustment.
Unbelievable.
The adjustment facilitated the function within my nervous system, and then my body did what it's supposed to, was now start to heal from that interference pattern that was on it. I was an active kid. I would
Yeah.
fall down all over the place. I got hit with a baseball bat, in my upper shoulder and neck one time when I was younger, just fooling around with my brothers. So these subluxations that happen in the spine, or these interference patterns, any kind of physical, chemical, or emotional stress or trauma can cause the spine to protect itself,
Yeah.
to go into this subluxation pattern. And when it's there, then it doesn't have the ability to heal the way that it's
It
supposed
should
to.
be. Yeah, the way it should.
So that's why an intervention with an adjustment helps so
Really
many
helps.
different people, because now it's retraining the nervous system that it doesn't have to be in a defensive posture or interference pattern. And now it opens up the nervous system to start working better. And then the muscle system starts to work better. The organ system starts to work better. Your whole body starts to work in unison or in harmony with itself.
I love that. So the moral of the story is whether you're 1 hour old or 101 years old, you can still use a chiropractor.
100%. And if you've tried one and you didn't get good results, or you weren't happy, try another one.
Try another one. And I can't recommend you enough. Can you just before we go, if people want to know more, obviously I'm going to put your contact information into this post. They'll be able to get a hold of you, but you also do something that you're starting next week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're starting. That's what I
Coffee
said.
with
Oh,
Chiropractor.
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I think I need an
I think
adjustment,
you
by the
need an
way.
adjustment.
Yes, Coffee with the Chiropractor over at Bergen Coffee Roasters. It's in Ho Ho Kus at 8:45 on Tuesday mornings. So I'll be there. I don't drink coffee myself. I'll get a chai latte, but whoever wants coffee, it's great there. It's a fantastic place. People love it there. It's a really place to just kind of hang out if you want to go get some coffee or some chai. But I'm going to be there. I'll have some topics, but it's really
Okay.
an open forum for anybody who has any questions about their body, their health, chiropractic, or any other subject that they want to talk about. We're just going to have coffee with the chiropractor.
I love it. And I will tell you, I will be joining. Not every
Awesome.
Tuesday, but I will be joining. So thank you. Thank you so much for spending time with me today and explaining chiropractic care and lifestyle care. And again, anybody interested, Dr. Noel's information will be in this post, and you can also reach out to me. I can give you the best testimonial ever. And listen, you are part of my health journey. So I will see you Thursday
I
for
look
my
forward to it, Cal.
weekly adjustment.
Thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
And thank you so much, Dr. Noel. Have a great week.
You too.
Bye bye.